journalist in Ibadan by the National Publicity Secretary of Afenifere, Jare Ajayi. The group says restructuring was the solution to many problems confronting the country, adding that this must be done to tackle the problem of insecurity and many others. So if Afenifere is saying that let us restructure Nigeria, do you think that can be done in a very, very short space of time now that election is getting closer? Do you believe that we can restructure Nigeria in less than 500 days? And if we have to restructure Nigeria, what part of Nigeria can we restructure? So I want us to also continue to tell us your comments. I'll be reading that out in the course of this program. Once again, I would like to appreciate my producer, Frank David, and also Archie. But tomorrow, make sure you tune in also to the Property Hour for those of you that would like to find out everything about that as well. Good evening to Adewumi Sami. We don't want election in 2023. Good evening to my boss, producer Archie. Good evening to Felicia Awe. Good evening to Shina Yusuf. Good evening to those of you that have joined us from all the other platforms as well. Good evening to those of you that are watching us on YouTube as well. So, it's 3 questions we're putting out this evening. One of the questions is, should we restructure Nigeria? This is what Afenifere is saying. Should we go for 2023 general election? This is what the political party are saying. Should we ask for referendum to disintegrate out of Nigeria? This is what the self-determination are saying as well. So which one do you think we should do? Should we restructure Nigeria? And if we have to restructure Nigeria, can that be possible within the next 500 days? Let's hear more from what Afenifere says in that communique. The group says restructuring was the solution to many problems confronting the country, adding that this must be done to tackle the problem of insecurity and many others. In the meeting took notice of President Muhammadu Buhari. Remember last week Friday, we saw quite a lot of things that played out, in New York. We saw, the pro and against. We saw that the government of the APC paid some individuals, to campaign against those that were to United Nations about the genocide, the killings, the kidnappings, and all the atrocity that was being committed by the Nigerian government. All that was happening, but yet a lot of people believe that maybe, just maybe, we can still keep one Nigeria. Now, let's play the audio of the Northerners that says the election in 2023, power must come back to the South as well. But before I go into that, have you seen that video of Tinubu being presented on a, camouflage, London Underground, or maybe Gatwick Airport? Even some of the media in Nigeria, this is what they are saying. Let's hear them.
Superimposed on rail lines and airport terminals in the United Kingdom, circulated online. Let's take a look.
You might not be able to see the video, but what is happening is, they've done this video that have the picture of Tinubu strolling through the London Underground. But the question is, according to the mainstream media in Nigeria, is he contesting for the mayor of London? Let's hear that video. You'll probably be hearing the soundtrack of it alone. Once again, this is still Niger Voices on Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. So what is still happening is, there is a kind of a stroll of pictures of Tinubu. been coming up on this platform of the London Underground, whether it's London Underground or Gatwick Airport. But the question is, let's hear what the mainstream media are saying in Nigeria.
Okay, is he running or not? I mean, he hasn't come out to say, but this to New York cracking up. I'm sorry, I can't hold myself. Reply quickly your analysis on this. I mean, was he running for the mayor of London?
The question is, is he contesting for the mayor of London? That is the question that is being asked. I'm sure some of you must have seen the video. Now, let's come back to the next conversation, 2023. 2023 is about less than 500 days away from today. Should we go for 2023 or should we not? And if we are going for 2023, the gladiator, the political gladiator from the northern part of the country are saying to the southern part of the country that we cannot have that same power shift from the north back to the south, because a lot of people believe that the power should remain in the north, according to the to the northerners as well. But let us hear what the north have to say on that.
The forum observed that some northern state governors had earlier expressed views for a power shift to any three political zone in the south, with a view to promoting unity and peace in the nation, notwithstanding their unanimously condemned the statement by the Southern Governors Forum that the presidency must go to the south. The statement is quite contradictory with the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, that the elected president shall A. score the majority votes, B. score at least 25% of the votes cast in 2/3 states of the Federation, C. in the case of run-up, simple majority will win the election. Number 6, the Northern State Governors Forum considered the ongoing national debate on collection of value-added tax, VAT. As responsible leaders, while we are concerned by the fact that the matter is sub judice, we, however, for the purposes of educating the public, make the following observations. A. The judgment of the Federal High Court calls to question the constitutionality of VAT, withholding tax, education tax.
So let me just pause it there. So we've been able to hear the after meeting of the northerners saying that, look, we can't have the south dictating where the power shift will go. The power remains in the northern part of the country. And likewise, they were discussing, the value-added tax. I'm sure some of you that have been following that is aware that the value-added tax as of today in Lagos and Rivers State is being controlled by each of those states. So the question now is, what is going to be the expectation of those, from those that believe that the power needs to come down to the south, and those that believe that the power remain in the north? Even the Middle Belt is now also demanding that power needs to come back to the Middle Belt as well. So again, the question is, should we go for 2023? Should we go for restructuring, or should we go for self-determination? So continue to let us know your question and your comment as well. Daniel Abiodun says the voice is not clear. Maybe you want to come out of the broadcast and come back in. Let us also understand that we are outdoor broadcasting today, so there will be all kind of different noise at the background, so do bear with us. You're still watching Star Radio UK, Nigeria Voices with myself, Olayomi Koiki, as we continue to discuss some of the happenings in Nigeria. It's exactly 6:30 p.m. from London, where we are broadcasting from. I was following this development in terms of this 2023. INEC is saying that we are preparing, especially we are aware that some of the governorship election is coming up as well. INEC is also saying that just about 2 million Nigerians have registered to cast their votes in 2023. But are Nigerians really ready for 2023, or let's go into the next one, which is the self-determination. We saw last week, Friday, all that played out at the United Nations. President Muhammadu Buhari spoke for about 20 minutes and just about 3 seconds. Prior to that, the president that spoke before President Muhammadu Buhari was the president of Cyprus. He spoke for more than 28 minutes. Buhari, the president of the Nigerian government, spoke for 20 minutes, 7 seconds. He was more focusing on the COVID in Nigeria. He talked less about the insecurity. But the question then is, what played out at the United Nations on Friday shows that the Nigerian government is worried, the Nigerian government is scared, the Nigerian government is not sure what they should be expecting as the countdown to 2023 is approaching. We saw a lot of protest in New York, but there were also a counter protest that took place as well in New York, and people that were paid, to come out to protest against those that wanted to tell the world exactly what was happening in Nigeria. But we have people that were saying nothing is happening in Nigeria, but let us hear from this, one of those that were the liver of the problem in Nigeria at New York. Let's hear the sound.
That's my president. President Joe Biden. Nigerian people is calling for referendum. Welcome to New York, President Joe Biden. United Nations, that's President Joe Biden. Show his video. That's President Joe Biden. Nigerian people is calling for referendum. President Joe Biden. One referendum in Nigeria. Nigeria is about to snap. President Joe Biden, come on. Nigeria is about to snap. Do not allow Nigeria to snap, okay? We want referendum in Nigeria. President Joe Biden, Buhari is a terrorist. Buhari is a terrorist. We want 1999 Constitution to come down. 1999 Constitution is neurotic in nature. Buhari is a terrorist commander. Nigeria occupies the 3rd position on global terrorist index presently. After Afghanistan, after Iraq, Nigeria is next. Please do not let Nigeria stop. President Joe Biden, the world leaders, New York, all the world leaders, we've done it upon Nigeria. We want referendum.
So that was just one out of so many activities or videos that was coming out from the United Nations on Friday, the 14th of September, just after President Muhammadu Buhari spoke to the UN General Assembly. But one thing is, for those of us that followed it, let's hear a little bit of what President Muhammadu Buhari said during the interaction of the United Nations.
As of state and government, Secretary General, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, let me on behalf of the government and people of Nigeria congratulate you on your well-deserved election as President of the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly. I would like to assure you of the full support and cooperation of the Nigerian delegation throughout your tenure. I would like to commend your predecessor, His Excellency Mr. Volkan Bashir, for the many remarkable achievements recorded during his tenure despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Permit me to congratulate the Secretary General, Antonio Guterres.
So that was part of what President Joe Biden. Thank you very much to my my producer that I've also dropped the comment section that I'll be able to read out. I'd like to say we do apologize for those of you, especially with the sound, because like I said, we are transmitting from outside the studio today. It's going to be a very busy week for Star Radio UK, but we will be doing our best to make sure that you can get every gist of what is happening as well. Now that a lot of us saw what happened at the United Nations General Assembly. The question then is, those that believe in self-determination do not want restructuring, do not believe in 2023 general election. The question then is, let's hear from one more or two of some of those videos that was coming out of the United Nations General Assembly. This is another one. I'm going to try and translate what the video was saying. The video was talking about the one of the media presenter that is still currently being held at the DSS underground cell in Abuja, known as Ifeoluwa, also known as Lady K. The federal government has charged her for terrorism charges as against part of her wish as a Yoruba person for self-determination that is not a crime. Now the question then also is, who should we blame for the payment that was given to some individuals in America for the purpose of counter against those that also want Yoruba nation or Biafra or the Middle Belt? We also saw a video that also came out of people testifying that they were paid, to do exactly what they were asked to do. What were they asked to do? They were paid to come out and protest against those that do believe that, the Nigeria that we are saying is not working is all lies. So quite a lot took place just opposite the Bank of America. But let us go straight and hear a little bit of that as well. Once again, a very good evening and welcome. It's exactly 18:38 from this base of central London where we are transmitting from this evening. It seems we are having a problem with that audio. But let me remind us what the president said in 2015. The president said that we need to definitely provide more jobs. We need to provide security. The Boko Haram. For 6 years, can you say that the Nigerians are living a better life, or Nigerians are already trapped in a system that is not working? And that is why those that believe in self-determination are working day and night to get that as well. So, but before we go further, let us hear what one of the senator of the chairman committee of the Nigerian military had to tell us. While we are waiting for that again to pop up, we say good evening to those of you that have joined us and welcome to Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. As we are waiting for that to pop up, it seems we're having a bit of a technical issue down on this side, but let me quickly go into it again. Some of us that believe, like myself, that we need to have our own nation as against those that want restructuring, those that believe that we can also go for 2023 general election. I would say at this point, we are better off, out of Nigeria. We are better off out of a system that is not working. But there's quite a lot happening this Friday, the 1st of October, not just in the United Kingdom, but across the globe. Millions of Nigerians will be celebrating 61 years of Nigerian independence, while millions of Nigerians as well will be working towards the total disintegration and a peaceful referendum to opt out of Nigeria. I'm not sure where you stand. I'm not sure what you believe in, but one thing I can say is quite a lot of people are preparing for all sorts as well. Let us also remind ourselves that we still have the revolution now. The revolution now also headed by Omoyele Sowore that has been arrested from the 5th of August 2029 is still being held in Abuja. Believes that there must be a revolution now protest on Friday. We also have the NSAS. The NSAS will be having a night vigil on Saturday here in London at Trafalgar Square. Also, there is also all kind of planned rally across different parts of the globe, and part of those rally will be held right by the will be held just by almost the United Kingdom, in Canada, in America, in every part of the globe. So what I can tell us is October 1st is a very, very busy one, for those of us that are living in different parts. But be rest assured that Star Radio UK will be bringing to you all those activities as is happening from different parts of the globe. The question back again is, should we go for 2023 general election? Should we restructure the country? Or should we go according to those that believe that self-determination is the only way out to make life better for so many Nigerians? So as we continue to bring you this broadcast, I would like to also say thank you very much to my producer. Thank you very much to all our viewers. To this evening, we won't be able to go into, up to 8 o'clock. The show will come up to an end at exactly 7 p.m. But be rest assured that next week, we'll be bringing you the full edition as well. Okay, we do apologize once again to those of you that are watching us. But like I said, next week, we'll be back in the studio and the voice and the background, because we're not in the studio today. So we hope we can be able to rectify those problems. But at 7 p.m., which is about 15 minutes from now, we'll be bringing the show to an end. But tomorrow, we'll be coming back again at exactly 11 o'clock during the Star Morning Show. But one thing we've got to remind ourselves is, whatever your position, whatever your stand, whether you want a restructured Nigeria, whether you want self-determination, whether you want 2023 general election, every single one of us have a right, and we must exercise those rights as well. So, and that is the most important, information that we need to let our audience and our listeners and our viewers. You might agree that Nigeria is not working, but you want a new Nigeria. You might disagree that Nigeria, Nigeria is not going to work, and that is why you are fighting for self-determination. And some might say, let us restructure Nigeria. I'm not sure what they mean by let us restructure Nigeria, because Nigeria has been where it is for 61 years, and a lot of those that were leading the country refused to restructure it. And that is why there's a lot of people that are divided, in or out. But one thing is, one of us would eventually have to win what we call, just like Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk on Saturday during the fighting that took place at Tottenham Football Ground as well. Let's give you some of the what we're expecting this week before we start bringing the show to an end in just about 15 minutes. This coming week is a lot of activities happening. So on Friday, the 1st of October, Nigeria will be holding independence across the globe. But likewise, on Friday, here in London, we'll be also having a mega rally that is coming up at Trafalgar Square. So make sure you join us on that same day from about 12 p.m. Likewise, the same will be happening, in America, in Canada. The Nigerian government is also beefing up all the security. So from tomorrow, most of the federal secretariat will be on a full security lockdown. Also, on Friday, the Lagos State Commissioner for Police is also beefing up the security in and around Lagos State as well. But the most important thing is, you have the right to self-determination. You have the right to believe in one Nigeria. You have the right for a new one Nigeria, and you also have the right to restructure Nigeria. But one thing is, the government of the day cannot suppress those that do not want to be part of Nigeria, and that is exactly what they've done by arresting Nnamdi Kanu, by making sure that he's being kept in the in the underground cell of Abuja, where he's currently being kept after he was kidnapped, rendition from Kenya. We also know that Lady K and Jamio Noah is also being kept by the DSS even after a bail condition. And that is why when a lot of Nigerians are saying, should we continue in this direction, a lot of Nigerians say, it is just not working and it is time that we wind it down. So once again, bear with us with a lot of background noise, but be rest assured that next week, we will be back in the studio where we will make sure that the sound will be much better as well. Before we go as well, I quickly want to tell us that if you'd like to find out more about Star Radio UK, make sure you follow us on all our social media handle. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. Make sure you also download our apps as well. One thing is, Nigeria is at a crossroad. Nigerians are asking questions. Nigerians want to know more. And as I say, 7 p.m. we bring the show to an end from here this evening. But this week is a very busy week for different Nigerians, depending on where you stand. For different Nigerians that believe that the Nigeria of their dream is not working and it is time to wind it down. Some disagree with that. Some believe that the Nigeria that we see today is because of bad leadership of those that have been in control. So one thing is, let us all come together on a round table and continue to discuss, continue to engage, continue as we've been doing, so that the next generation will not have to go through what we are going through at the moment. Before we also start saying thank you very much to all our listeners, let us remind ourselves that also it's going to be Black History Month in October. So a lot of activities will be coming up. We'll be giving you all those information on Niger Voices and also on Star Radio UK. Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. We'll see if we can read some of your comments. Somebody said they're watching us from Enugu. We'd like to appreciate you. Let's quickly take some of your comments for those of you that have been watching us in the last 45 minutes. According to Faith David, we must go forsake some of your comments as well. Adekunle, my great people, please avoid any gardener or politicians campaign in Nigeria, especially in the Yoruba land. Also, Ojokata referendum now, and also we say thank you very much, Tunde Babalola. Let's take more as well. Bola Tito Aderinto says the white lion. Well done. May Allah continue to strengthen you. Amen. Jacob Ifelano, of course, on our leader. Let's take some of your comments. Also, QS John, Yoruba Nation now. Ojo Kota says 1914 amalgamation has expired. Adebowale says Afenifebi Niwon Oniwo Kishe. I hope I pronounced that Yoruba very well. Let's take more as well as we're reading some of your comments before we start saying thank you very much this evening. Adekunle says Nigerian government is a sponsor of terrorists. Isaac says hashtag Yoruba now, hashtag I am Yoruba. Let's take Men's Corner says yes, we are good. So that is all we're going to be taking this evening. But one thing is, I would like to say thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us this evening. We wish to can continue, but like I said, because we are broadcasting from outside the studio, we would have to bring the program to an end this evening. I'd like to appreciate every single one of you that have stayed on with us. We'd like to appreciate every single one of you that have stayed with Star Radio UK for a very, very long time. All our friends and viewers from around the globe, we say thank you very much, but make sure that you continue to listen to us, watch us, share the program, and also, make sure that we put in all our effort to continue to tell the world about the genocide that is happening in Nigeria, the crime against humanity. Yesterday, 6 Shiites were killed in Abuja by the Nigerian Air Force. In Borno State today, 20 innocent lives were killed by the Nigerian aircraft that dropped bomb on them. The same incident happened in Yobe State last week as well. These are reasons why we keep asking, what is the way out? Is it restructuring? Is it a new Nigeria? Is it self-determination? All these questions, a lot of Nigerians would love to know before the 2023 general election. And on that note, I would like to hand over back to my studio. If my producer can hear me, I'd like to hand over and say a very good evening from this side. And again, we'll be back same time next week when we will continue with a new program that will be coming up. I'll be telling you a little bit more of that. Next week, we're going to start doing something different. We're going to start bringing in different, guests to speak to us, to tell us, what they believe in, whether we should have a new Nigeria, a restructuring, or self-determination. All these is what is going to be expected from next week. But before we go again, let us appreciate everyone that continue to listen to us from different parts of the globe. Let us also make sure that as we are preparing for Friday, please, wherever you are around the globe, make sure it's a peaceful protest, it's a peaceful rally that will be telling the world the reason why we want a referendum. And if you're going to be celebrating the 61 years independence of Nigeria, we also wish you the best of luck as well. And if we are also going to be asking for a revolution, for those of you that believe in revolution, let us also make sure that whatever we are doing, we're doing it in accordance with the law of the country that we are going to be living as well. That we are living actually. So once again, my name is Olami Koiki, and it has been Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Also, some of the news that we were telling you this morning in terms of the daily report that we had, quite a lot of things is happening in Nigeria. We can only say to you, please stay safe in Nigeria. Please stay safe. We are aware that in the Biafra land, they are demanding that, and they are telling all their listeners, the Biafra to sit down at home on Friday. That is what they believe in terms of their own as well. But let me quickly see if I can give you some of the quick updates, news coming out of Nigeria this evening before we say a very good evening at exactly 7 p.m. Why we think northern governors are selfish, elders union lambast their leaders. That is coming from the headline. Also, a lawyer accuses Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's convoy of damaging his car and demand 10 million naira compensation. Let's take a few more as well. A court ordered Enugu governor to set a panel to investigate the killings of 22 unarmed youth by the lawless security agent. Busted lecturers from University of Nigeria wins a prestigious Harvard fellowship using a false qualification. It's not the first time that people have been using false qualification. 2 Nigerian women jailed for human trafficking, running prostitute ring in Ireland. So 2 Nigerians have been, charged in Ireland for running prostitute ring as well. Shame, Delta school pupils learn on bare floor despite the state huge oil revenue. And the last one, Kaduna shut down mobile phone services, banned commercial motorcycle as bandits take over the state. And that is all we can take you this evening. And I say thank you very much once again. My name is Olami Koiki. I'll be back again same time next week at exactly 1800 hours. Next week, we'll be going for the full program. But for now, I say thank you very much. While we're waiting for my studio to take charge back from the control center, we will just say thank you very much. But for now, boom, 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 boom.